In this video, I set out to live in a single woodland mansion for 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. Starting from nothing, the walls of this mysterious structure will be all I'll ever know. So without further ado, let's get into day 1. It's not easy to conquer a woodland mansion fully kitted, and I just spawned here butt naked. I briefly looked out of the window into the vast land I will never walk through, and then immediately got to work. I blocked the door to my room with a pair of stairs and a slab like this, which creates a small safe house for now. There's a bunch of monsters and mobs roaming the hallways of a woodland mansion, and the ultimate guide to life is to avoid them at all costs. There's many unique rooms that can generate in here that can provide you with some useful stuff. In this one, I just found an anvil and some lava, and then it became night, so I made a bed and slept for the first time inside the woodland mansion. And the next day, I woke up to the beautiful sound of fire? No. Oof. Well, that could have been a disaster. It spread from this lava room. It was a trap. No, but seriously, if I didn't catch that in time, the entire mansion would burn down. I have to be more careful about this. I expanded into this room next door and killed this wandering trader in self-defense. This is my property. No, not again. Stop! That was an even closer call. I gotta prevent this. I don't want to be homeless day 3. For now, my only diet is rotten meat, which sucks, especially because I can't move for 30 seconds each time I eat because of hunger. Hopefully I can find something better to eat eventually, but at the moment, I'm just living off of what's available. I tried fixing all the damage on the roof and expanded to another room the next day, and then I had my very first encounter with a couple of Vindicators on the bottom floor. They are very quick runners and are out to get you with their iron axe, but as long as I stay behind my very safe door, I'll be fine. However, Vindicators are only one of 2 types of villagers that spawn in a woodland mansion. The slightly rarer Evoker is much more dangerous. He sends a horde of Vexes that can phase through walls at you, and when an Evoker spotted me in my previous attempts, there was nearly 100% chance of me ending up dead. Yeah, they drop totems of undying, but not even a totem of undying is worth dying for. I also found 2 hidden chests that evening. They didn't have that many useful stuff in them. Pretty much just an iron ingot and some chainmail armor, but even that counts. The next morning, I woke up to a creeper exploding right next to my bed. These mornings are getting better and better. Although sometimes I'd seriously need someone to wake me up like this. Kick some sense of life into me. It probably spawned up on that ledge up there, so it's time to light this place up to make sure that doesn't happen again. While collecting torches from the hallway, I stumbled upon another room with a chest, just 2 rooms away from my base, and inside it were 3 more iron ingots, a diamond chest plate, and melon seeds. This is a serious upgrade. I can later use this iron to craft a bucket. A diamond chest plate is about as far as it gets in terms of armor here. You can only get chest plates from a woodland mansion, and I doubt I will have the resources to craft any other armor. And I can now grow melons once I find some dirt and water to eat something other than rotten flesh. For how big a woodland mansion is, there's not even close to as many chests as there are, for example, in an ancient city, but I pretty much have all the essentials now. I looked for a water source somewhere around the mansion. There are ways to collect dirt from the outside while technically not leaving it, but it seems like any water I get will have to come from the inside. Rooms with water do exist, but of course not every room generates in every mansion. I'm just gonna have to explore the whole thing. So I'm just taking over more rooms. It's the safest way to do it. I don't know how they managed to get here, but there's a pillager patrol knocking at my door. Nothing stops these guys from coming exactly where you live, not even a woodland mansion. I'm just surprised they didn't visit me in the ancient city. The next day, a skeleton spawned in my own crib and almost killed me in 2 shots. It's fine, I know where it was. Just shows how vulnerable I really am in here. As I already said, it's not gonna get any better, so I just gotta deal with the fact that I'm fairly useless. Don't say that to yourself, you can do anything if you want. Still looking for water, I went to very carefully explore the first floor, which was still mostly untouched by me, and I found this room. Jackpot! The room above it was right next to my place, so there was no issue with connecting it either. This is actually very lucky, cause there easily could have been no water, and I'd be forced to eat dead people forever. Since I now have pretty much everything important for living, I decided to build my own house. And there ain't a better place to do it than the roof. I know there's a whole mansion beneath me where I could set up shop, but come on. We all know everybody wants to have and design their own place. I assembled a staircase to the top and started with construction. My idea is just a good old plank house with no windows. How about that? Plain, old, simple. The first two rooms I'm making are the storage and my bedroom. There won't be too much of a good light on the exterior for now, but that's a problem for another time. Right now I just care about the inside. And it's built with the thought of it being extended out will whenever I want to add a new room, which is what I started doing the very next day. I made the hallway go downwards, which is by no means anything else than a purely aesthetic feature. If anything, it actually makes it a lot harder for me to continue building. But hardcore Minecraft's all about the looks, and I don't want the whole house to be on the same level. Next up, I added a room for the anvil and soon a crafting table as well. And I hung this banner on the wall to assert my dominance over the villagers of the Woodland mansion. Even though I got it from that pillager patrol, but I don't care, it looks similar. Now I'd finally like to build a melon farm. But for that, I first gotta make more hallway. The only other alternative way of getting food if I wasn't blessed with water, not counting rotten flesh of course, that I found out about is growing apples. There is a room with a tree which you can get dark oak saplings from, but anyone who ever harvested trees knows how little apples you actually get from them. And once again, nobody guarantees you're gonna get any saplings at all, so I'm really happy with how it turned out for me. The farm will have a very interesting design with the melons growing above each other like this, being accessible with a ladder. Day 29, I didn't really feel like doing anything, so I took a break after a hard month of work and just stood in my bedroom. Or, you know what? No. I was waiting for the melons to grow. Yeah, I was waiting for the melons to grow. But I'm right back at it the next day. I'm building it all the way up to 4 floors. Now I actually gotta wait for the melons, because I only have 4 seeds. The stems do take a while, but once they're fully grown, they produce a lot of them. This should make enough surplus for me to never worry about food again. So instead, I can shift my attention to that skeleton vs zombie fight over there. Too bad they went under the floor. Now I'll never know how it ended. Those first world problems are so problematic. I'm working on a new room. This will be a simple one. Just a smelting room with a couple of furnaces. I probably won't smelt much, but it's not a bad thing to have one. And I'm making a joint room for a water source and a cobblestone generator at the back of the hallway. That means there's gonna be lava, and I'm trying my very best to not put the entire Woodland mansion on fire, cause I have a relatively late experience with that. I made an obsidian block for the back of the generator, and then I realized I don't have a diamond pickaxe to mine it up. Yikes. I could have just forged it right on the spot where I wanted it, therefore not having to move it. But I didn't know any better. I'm trying my best, guys. Since there's quite a lot of rooms now, and no way of knowing what's behind each door other than I know it because I built it, I thought it would be a good idea to put up signs for orientation. It doesn't even look as bad as I expected it to. I closed up all the walls and ceiling. Not that I won't ever build more hallway or rooms. I just didn't want to live basically outside anymore. And I also separated my home from the rest of the Woodland mansion. But it would be nice to have a balcony with a view on the surrounding landscape. Especially since I don't have any windows. You know, I could have used fences instead of glass, just like in the ancient city, but I just think it looks better without them, to be honest. I kinda like it here. Now that all my basic needs are covered, I have a nice place to stay at, and pretty much nothing can harm me if I just pay a little attention. I'm even building a living room now, just because why not? I still hear monsters creaking beneath my floors, and I probably always will, which is kind of annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. I made an entrance to the roof from my house that day, and then I went back to work on the living room. It won't really have a purpose like all the other rooms. It's a fun space with chairs, tables, and a flower where you can sit in and relax for a moment, but it's kind of just to really be there. Day 49, I was collecting torches at the edge of a dark bottom floor hallway when another unhurt creeper exploded right in my face, and if I hadn't slightly deflected it away from me, I would most certainly not be speaking to you today. But thanks to good luck, I survived on 1 heart. Yeah, pretty much nothing can harm me if I just pay a little attention. Where have I heard that? Well, ah! Baby zombie! Panic, 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 panic! I don't have enough blocks to build myself up! Run! Give me something! Come on, come on, come on, come on! Ooh, it's all good. I'm okay. Well, that was a rough day. Of course I have zero control over baby zombies. There's not a better way to design a walk-through door. One that they cannot enter, perhaps. But I hope I'm fear-conditioned enough to prevent things like the creeper incident from happening in the future. Hi, it's me. I would never naturally use the word fear conditioning. However, before I wrote this line, I watched a very cool documentary on fear. So that's where that came from. I'll link it in the description for you if you want to watch it after this. It was really interesting and I just wanted you to know. It also turns out I'm highly allergic to your mother's bodily fluids. Anyway, so back to normal me talking. I really like this wool illager face on the 3rd floor. Think I'm gonna bring it home. The next day, as I was assembling the statue, another baby zombie was lurking behind my door. But this time I didn't panic and let him burn alive in the sun. Eat that! What? I like burning babies. The face is just a decoration that I dedicated a whole new room to. It has character and feels celestial somehow. What is happening with those baby zombies? This is the 3rd one in the last 5 days. I took the illager face because I want to tear down the entire 3rd floor and make the whole roof kind of my backyard. And the tearing down starts today. It's gonna take a few, but don't worry. I'll go through them quickly. So, you know what? Let's just skip day 57. And 58 as well, why not? Day 59, it's raining, so I took a break in the living room. And then just 6 more days until the roof is all cleaned up and ready. It took me 2 hours, but for you it was 25 seconds. Until now, I didn't really care about how my home looked from the outside, but since I want to make the roof my garden, that's changed. So now I'm out here in the rain. Should have taken another break. Oh, would you look at that? My old pals. How you guys been? I thought I'd never see you guys again. It took me 2 whole days to get rid of those pricks, which motivated me to run a cobblestone wall around the entire roof and push this outside project as soon as possible. It will require loads of otherwise unnecessary wood, since my house has a rather peculiar shape and I want it to look rectangular. Now I want to put something at the top to add at least a little bit of depth, although it'll lack that much anyway. I tried black carpet, wasn't keen on the idea. I finally decided on cobblestone slabs. It's not the most glamorous solution, but at least it kinda matches with the wall. This also means I'm gonna spend some time at the cobblestone generator in the next few days. And because I had a spare anvil, I figured that's the best option for the back of it. Yeah, some cobble gets stuck back there because it's not a full block, but it's not that much I care. It's the only block I can think of that won't break if I AFK. It was about a 3-day job. Looks okay at the end of the day, I guess. There's a part of the roof at the back which is completely cut out from the rest of it, so today I built a door to it. I called them the back roof and the front roof. I know, very creative. Now I'm trying to cover the entire roof with a very limited amount of torches, because every torch I'm using is collected from the Woodland mansion. I could have made torches from charcoal if I really wanted, but apparently I didn't, because it didn't even cross my mind. When you're too good at Minecraft, you sometimes get Minecraft blindness and forget even the most basic principles. Or maybe I'm just a dumb idiot. But hey, it all worked out well at the end. I wouldn't change a thing. I have an amazing house, but the outside is still really empty, and I want to change that in the time I have left here. But today there was a thunderstorm and I went to sleep. We'll start tomorrow. Most, if not all the stuff I'll be filling the roof with will have a purely aesthetic or recreational purpose. Because I've already done all the important stuff, there's nothing more left to do than just have fun. That's why I'm building a shooting range. I have a bunch of arrows from killing skeletons, and shooting at a target from a bow just seems like a cool activity to do. The following day, I was looking for oak wood to make more signs, but it looks like I've completely ran out. No more oak wood for me. Instead, I gotta use stupid dark signs that you can't even see. At least all the signs inside are oak, and all the signs outside are dark oak, so my OCD isn't acting up as much. Now that that's done, I spent day 84 on my balcony, thinking about what I'll do next. Decided I want to have a nice sitting with a campfire on the back roof, where I think it fits perfectly. It's just a beautiful, peaceful place where I can glance at the sunset. I don't have anything to cook on the campfire. That'd be perfect, but it's still very pretty. I added a carpet and bookshelves too. I like it. So day 88, I did exactly that. I watched the beautiful sunset unfold next to my cozy campfire, but you can't see it cause I'll use it as the outro. Too bad, you have to stick to the end now. So far this video has been on a very good pace, but I need it to be at least 20 minutes, and at the moment we are about 2 minutes behind from where we should be. It has to be 20 minutes till it can get on YouTube, which is a very good reason. Don't even attempt to tell me it's not. Fortunately enough, I'm in charge of editing this, so I can just make you watch an uncut segment with no commentary for 20 seconds. And you can't do anything about it. I mean, I guess you can click off, but that's the coward's way out. And remember, you're waiting for that sunset at the end, so just don't. If you're still watching at this point, and the video has less than 100 views, which it will have, you're very likely the only one still here. If that's the case, just so you know, I really appreciate you. Write a comment saying consanguinity, don't know what it means, I'll read it in your medical history, and I will donate you the entire ad revenue from this video. Thanks for being here. Anyway, it's day 91 now, and I've realized this corner behind the shooting range is really empty and needs something to be there. So after a very thorough thought process of about 4 seconds, I decided on a small flower garden. I made it look nice with carpet, water, and lily pads, and now it looks exactly like something I'd build while waiting for the challenge to end. That line's funny, cause that's exactly what I'm doing. Get it? I want to kill myself. I called it gardening, not like you can't even read it from the stupid sign. While we're in the business of building stupid things, just so it doesn't look like I did nothing for the last 20 days, I also want to make a fishing place in this part of the roof. That's why I'm filling up this hole with water. I know it doesn't make any sense, but again, it just looks really empty here. I'm not even sure if you're able to actually catch fish here, and I have a pretty strong feeling you can't. I didn't try it, but you can if you download the world. I built a nice gate and added benches next to the water and chests with fishing rods and bait, which is just melon seeds. Yeah, one chest wasn't symmetrical, and if it doesn't even work, at least make it symmetrical. So that's why. And that's everything I'll ever build on this world. Always when a challenge like this is about to end, I get this weird nostalgic feeling because I'll never play on this world ever again. I had a fun time here in the Woodland mansion, but the 100-day cycle must move on. I want to put up my armor, by which I mean my singular diamond chest plate, like it's tradition. And before that, I tried to trim it, but I don't have a smithing table, for which I need 2 iron ingots. And I only got 1, so that's not gonna work out. I put it into the living room. At least there is something there now. There are 3 days left until the end, so in the remaining time, I just chilled. There's no point in starting anything new. I shot some more at the shooting range. That's really entertaining. And then I slept for 1 more night and it became day 100. I did it. I survived in here for 100 days. Since this is the 3rd edition to my 100 Days family, a triple world tour of all the 3 worlds in the trilogy will drop shortly after this video on my newly established 2nd channel. So you can check that out, or you can download and play the world yourself. The link is in the description, as always. I know I said this video would come out in a month, and it took me 2, so I'll try to finish the next one as soon as possible. I'll see you there, and until then, watch my other vids. I need views. Thanks. Appreciate it.